Welcome back, learners. So this is Manisha, and in the today video we are going to solve remaining short question of the budgeting, and these all question are from the Kaplan exam kit. I got a query, request from one of my viewers that she wants the video on this topic. So I think we will complete this in the today video. A few questions are only remaining. We have solved the majority of question in the previous video. In case you have missed out, you can still access those video at free of cost. It's already available on my YouTube channel. Separate playlist has been created, so you don't need to pay any memberships subscription in order to access those video. So guys, go and check it out my channel for more video like this. Okay, so in today video we will solve from question number 299. Okay, and question is, Spears makes gross sales of 14,000 per month, of which 10% are of the cash and the rest on the credit. All right, so means from this 40,000, the sales value is constant over the month, and the 10% of this amount are received in the cash in the same month, and the remaining amount are given a credit to the customer. And as per the experience, that shows that credit sales are received as follows. So receivable paying within the 1 month is 40%. So remaining amount, that is 90%, 40% of the 90% will be paid in the same month, and 50% of those remaining amount will be paid in the after 2 months, and there is settlement discount for the payment within the 1 month. What is the total expected cash receipt in any month? All right, so let's pick up your Kaplan exam kit and we will solve this question together. And we will not only solve, but I will highlight the mistake that the student used to do. Okay, so what is the gross sales value? So it's 40,000 per month as per the question said, and question is asking you what is the total expected cash that will be received in any month. Okay, so each month the sale is constant, that's the 40,000. And if we talk about the cash we received, let's have a cash we received. So first we will receive 10% of this amount, right? So 10% will be received in the same month. The question is saying that 10% are for the cash, means 10% of this amount will be received as a cash in the same month. Okay, yes, so that means 4,000 will be received immediately. And what is the remaining amount which is given in the credit? It's 36,000. Right, so every month we will have a 36,000 credit given to our customer. But now the question starts here. As per the experience shown, the question is saying that credit sales are received as follow, means within the 1 month 40% of the amount are received. And so what does it mean? It is a 40% of 36,000 or 40% of the 40,000? Here student used to do the mistake. Okay, so the question is saying 40%, right? So we have first received the 4,000 immediately in the form of cash, right? Yes, now it sounds perfect. All right, and now this 40%, the question says that credit sales, means the remaining credit sales, whatever the balance is in the credit sales, the 40% of that amount is received in the same month. So that means 40% is of 36,000, not the 40,000. So here student used to used to do the mistake. In hurry they used to take the 40,000 instead of 36,000. Okay, so okay, we have a 14,400, which is a 40% of 36,000. Why 36,000? Because question is saying from the credit sales, whatever the credit sales is given to the customer, 40% of that amount is received within the 1 month. And the first mistake that student used to do is, instead of 36,000 they take 40,000 and perform their calculations. Now next, within the 2 month of 50% means 50% of that amount will be received in the second month. Means suppose if we are on the Jan and we have 3 months in hand, Jan, Feb and March, and we are at March, and so sales value is constant every month, that's the 40,000, right? It's straightforward. And obviously the 10% of this amount will be received immediately, which is the 4,000. Okay, so as we have done your calculation, yes, I need to a second. Just a second. Okay, so 4,000 is received immediately. Why? Because 10% of the sales amount is received as a cash immediately, right? So 4,000 we will receive. And other thing is that regarding the 40% means the remaining amount is 36,000, which are given as credit to the customer, and 40% of that amount is received in the same month, so that is 36,000. Just wait, I will make everything clear. Just wait. I know what you guys are thinking about, but just wait, I will make everything clear. So 36,000 and yes, 36,000. These all are the numerical figures. Let me put the dollar here. Yes, now it's perfect. Now the question is saying regarding the within the 2 month, that's 50%. Means if we have sold goods in the January, the 2 month after is the March. That means the 50% of 36,000 will be received in the March for the January sales. Okay, so that means if we are calculating for any month, so obviously if we have sold goods 2 months before, the 50% of the credit amount will be received in the current month, right? So as I have shown the example that if we have performed the sales in the January, and obviously 10% of the sales amount is received immediately, and 40% of the credit amount, 40% is 14,400. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So it is received in the same month, and now remaining 50% will be received 2 months after sales. Okay, so 2 months after sales, that means if we have sold goods in January, it will be received in the March. Okay, so just to make a calculation, I have shown this, just to make you clear, I have shown this calculation. So that means we will receive further 50% of this 36,000. Okay. Okay, so done. Now one more thing. One more thing. If you read the question further, they are talking about the settlement discount for payment within the 1 month. That means this 40%, this 40% amount will be entitled for the discount of how much? 4%. That means this amount will be only 96% of the 40%. So that means 13,824. So ये तीनों अमाउंट हम लोग यहाँ पे किसी भी मंथ में रिसीव करेंगे. And I hope you guys are clear. So how much in total we are receiving? We are, let me do the sum of this all. ओके, सो इन टोटल में वी आर रिसीविंग 35,824. मैं एक बार और क्लियर कर देती हूँ सो दैट इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू गाइज टू कैच अप द कॉन्सेप्ट. सो कॉन्सेप्ट ये है कि क्वेश्चन कह रहा है कि वी आई मीन जो स्पेयर से वो सेल्स करती है ग्रॉस वैल्यू, अगेन ग्रॉस वैल्यू है 40,000 पर मंथ, और इस 40,000 का 10% इज रिसीव इमीडिएटली बिकॉज दे आर रिसीविंग इन द कैश. सो 4,000 हर एक महीना रिसीव होगा. ठीक है, अब हर एक महीने का बात करें तो 4,000 हम लोग कंसिडर करेंगे. अब यहाँ पे बात आती है ये रिमेनिंग जो अमाउंट है मीन्स 90% ऑफ द 40,000 विच इज 36,000, ये अब हम लोग ने कस्टमर को क्रेडिट दे दिया. अब एक क्रेडिट अमाउंट में से कस्टमर उस क्रेडिट अमाउंट का 40% अभी पे करती है, मतलब उसी महीना. ठीक है, सेम मंथ में. दैट मीन्स 36,000 का 40% इमीडिएटली पे करती है उसी महीना. मतलब ये पैसा हम लोग को सेम मंथ में रिसीव हो रहा है, बट ये जो पैसा है इट विल बी इंटाइटल फॉर द सेटलमेंट डिस्काउंट ऑफ 4%. और ये भी स्टूडेंट मिस करते हैं और गलतियां करते हैं, तो हम लोग उसमें से 4% भी डिडक्ट करना पड़ेगा. सो रिमेनिंग 96% का वैल्यू निकालना पड़ेगा विच विल बी रिसीव इन द सेम मंथ. अब ये 2 मंथ वाला का फंडा क्या है कि जो 2 महीने पहले सेल किया था उसमें जो क्रेडिट दिया कस्टमर को उसका 50% हम लोग 2 महीने बाद रिसीव करेंगे, मतलब अभी रिसीव करेंगे. वो 2 महीने पहले सेल हुआ था, अब जो रिमेनिंग जो उधार दिया था कस्टमर का उसका 50% अभी रिसीव करेंगे. सो दैट इज 18,000. अब एडिंग ऑल दिस इट विल गिव द टोटल 35,824. आई होप इट इज क्लियर नाउ. Okay, so next question. Let's do the next question. That's question number 300. Okay, question number 300. Selected figures from a firm budget for the next month are as follows. Sales value is given 450,000. Then they have given the gross profit on sales 30%. Decrease in trade payables over the month 10,000. Increase in the cost of inventory held over the month 18,000. What is the budgeted payment to the trade payables? Okay. So यहाँ पे trade payables का payment they are asking. Okay, so it's also easy, don't worry, we will solve this question together. So first they have given the sales figure of 450,000 and the gross profit margin of 30%. What does this mean? Why they have given the gross profit margin? Okay, and one more thing, how do you think we calculate the payment to the trade payables? So trade payables are linked to the purchase we made from our supplier, and purchase फिर कहाँ से लिंक होती है? कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स में, है ना. कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स में वी विल हैव आवर लाइक परचेज, ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री, क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री, राइट. एंड परचेज फिगर पता करने के लिए वी मस्ट हैव ए कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स फिगर इन हैंड. So how can we calculate the cost of sales figure? Exactly from here, gross profit margin. So if 30% is the gross profit margin and 100% is the sales value, that means remaining 70% is the cost of sales, right? So that means remaining 70% is the cost of sales. So let's calculate the cost of sales figure. 315,000 by multiplying 70% of into 450,000. Now the question says increase in the cost of inventory held over the month. So what does this mean? Okay, let's okay, we will solve this, then we will come back to the trade payables. Okay, so increase in inventory of 18,000. So what does this means? This means purchase were more than the cost of sales. Okay, and we have to calculate the purchase figure. And how can we calculate? Purchase equal to cost of sales plus increase in inventory. Let me show you how this equation has been derived. So cost of sales equal to your opening inventory plus purchase minus closing inventory, right? So we need to calculate the purchase figure. So purchase equal to your cost of sales minus opening inventory plus closing inventory. So closing inventory is in the positive, opening is in the negative. That means difference is in the increase in the inventory. So that's why this term is replaced with the increase in inventory and we have added to the cost of sales. Okay, so this is how this equation has been derived. And so we know the cost of sales figure as well as the increase in inventory figure, and that will give our purchase value of 333000. Now come to the trade payables. The question says decrease in the trade payables. What does this means? This means we have paid more than we purchased on the credit. Okay, so again this will be added back to the payment. I mean purchase. It's just a second. Yes, and this will give the value of 343,000, and that's what the question is asking. I hope you find this easy one. Now let's move to the question number 301. And what the question is saying, let's read out together. A company has a current cash balance of 7,000, trade receivables of 15,000, and trade payables of 40,000. That means this is the opening balance of the cash, receivables, and the payables. Company can sell the goods costing 50,000 for the 70,000 in costing 50,000 for 70,000 in next month. That means the good costing 50,000 will be sold on the sold for 70,000. That is sales figure is 70,000. One half of all sales are collected in the month of sales. That means 50% of 70,000 will be received in the same month, and remainder in the following month. That means 35,000 will be collected in the next month. Okay, so all purchases are made on the credit and paid during the following months. Whatever the purchase we are doing in the period, it will be on the credit, and in the next month we will pay all those due amount to the supplier. Inventory level will remain constant during the month. General cash expenses will be 60,000 during the month. So what is the cash balance at the end of the month? Okay, so question is asking to calculate the cash balance at the end of the month. So let's do this together. So first statement says company have a current cash balance of 7,000. So this is a brought forward cash balance. And also says the trade receivable of 15,000. That means this is the amount due from customer from the previous month. Okay, so this is the amount due from customer from the previous month sales. And regarding the trade payables, it's also the opening balance. That means this is the amount due to the supplier from the previous month. Okay, and company obviously sells the goods of 70,000 and also says half of this sales will be collected in the same month. So that means the 50% of 70,000 will be collected in the same month. So how much cash we are going to receive? 35,000. How this 35,000 has been derived? 50% of 70,000. Okay, one more thing. One more twist is here. The remaining 50% of 70,000, that is the 35,000, it will be collected in the next month as per the question is saying. So that means this trade receivable is the amount due from the customer from previous month. Now it will be collected in the same month. I mean in the current month. Why? Because question is saying that the remaining credit will be remainder will be collected in the following month. So it is as it is remainder amount from the previous month sales. So it will be collected in the current month. So this trade receivable, as this is a reminder amount, so it will be collected in the same month. So that means 15,000 will be added here. Okay, so now trade payables. So regarding the trade payable, question is saying whatever we are purchasing, it's on the credit and we will pay the next month. So that means if we have suppose purchased 10,000, this 10,000 will be paid in the next month. But if you look at this trade payables, it is brought forward balance. So that means this is due from the previous month. Now it will be payable. So that means 40,000 need to be paid in the current month, क्योंकि ये previous month का due amount है जो कि अब इस महीना में पे होगा, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन नहीं बोल रखा है कि जो भी ड्यू होता है वो नेक्स्ट मंथ पे पे होता है. तो ये पहले महीने का ड्यू है, अब ये महीना में पे होगा, इस महीने का जो ड्यू होगा वो नेक्स्ट मंथ में पे होगा. Okay, anything remaining? Yes, general expense of 60,000. Okay, so general expense of 60,000. Let's deduct all these. जो फिगर आएगा पॉजिटिव हुआ, पॉजिटिव तो नहीं आएगा क्योंकि ओवर ड्रॉन है ना सब में, तो नेगेटिव में वैल्यू आएगा. सो दैट मीन्स okay, so adding all these will give total amount of negative 43,000. So this is what the cash figure at the end of the month. Okay, 302 is quite easy. I don't need to say anything on this. आपको जो भी नॉन कैश आइटम होगा वो हम लोग कैश बजट में इंक्लूड नहीं करेंगे. Okay, okay. Now let's move the question number 303. What amount is budgeted to be paid to supplier in the September? Again, it's very easy, very easy. The following detail have been extracted from the payable record of X Limited. Invoice paid in the month of purchase 25%. Invoice paid in the first month after purchase 70%. Invoice paid in the second month after purchase 5%. Purchase for the July to September are budgeted to be okay. They have provided the budget figure, and for supplier paid in the month of purchase, settlement discount of 5% is received. Okay, so ये question करते हैं. Let's do this. Question number 3. Yeah. So first में month लिखते हैं. Month क्या क्या है हमारे पास? It's July, August, September. Okay, and purchase figure क्या क्या है? Purchase figure was 250,000, 300,000, 280,000. ओके, इसके बाद में अब पेमेंट की बारी आती है. सो पेमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग इनवॉइस पेड इन द मंथ ऑफ परचेज. अब इस महीना में परचेज किया, मतलब इस महीना में हम लोग 25% वी विल पेड टू आवर सप्लायर एज पर द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग. ठीक है, सो इन द मंथ ऑफ परचेज 25% अमाउंट इज पेड टू द सप्लायर्स. दैट मीन्स अगर जुलाई की बात किया जाए 62,500 पे करेंगे, अगस्त का 75,000 एंड सितंबर का 70,000. ठीक, क्वेश्चन इज ओनली आस्किंग फॉर द सितंबर. आई हैव डूइंग द कैलकुलेशन फॉर द ऑल द 3 मंथ इन ऑर्डर टू मेक योर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर. आई विल शो यू हाउ. ठीक है, सो ये हमारा 25% अमाउंट है. This one is 25% amount. Okay. Now invoice paid in the first month after purchase 70%. अब 70% की बात किया जाए, that means इसका 70% will be received in the next month. Similarly, अगर सितंबर की बात किया जाए तो 21,000 will be received in the September for the month of August purchase. An invoice paid in the second month after purchase 5%. अब 5% की बात किया जाए, so इसमें का जो 5% होगा ये 2 महीने बाद मिलेगा, so सितंबर में मिलेगा. So 5% ये करने पे we got 12,500. Now one more thing, discount. जो ये फर्स्ट मंथ में पे कर रहे, they are entitled for the discount of 5%. So 95% अमाउंट सिर्फ पे करेंगे वो हम लोग को. ठीक है, सो ये दिखाने के लिए 2 महीना, जुलाई का 2 महीना इधर आएगा, इसीलिए मैंने जुलाई और अगस्त को लिया. अदरवाइज इट्स नॉट नीड टू टेक परफॉर्म द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ ऑल दिस मंथ. सिर्फ सितंबर का करने से भी होगा, राइट. सो टोटल कितना पे कर रहे हैं हम लोग? तो 89,000. ओके, सो ये हमारा टोटल अमाउंट है विच वी आर पेइंग budgeted payment, yes, for the month of September. Now let's do the question number 303. I mean 4. Okay, what the question is saying? Galway Ltd budgeted to make sales of 1500, 1800, 2800 in the first 3 months of operations. 25% of its sales are expected to be cash. Okay, so let's pick up the information so that it will be easy to perform calculation. So we have first 3 months, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and the budgeted sales figure is 1500, 1800, 2800. Okay, and 25% of this amount is expected to receive in the cash. That means 25% of this amount will be 375, 450, 40, and 700. Okay, another 25% total sales will be also collected in the same month by offering a 10% discount. So another 25%. The question is saying on the total sales. So please make sure to check whether the question is asking you to apply percentage on the net sales or the total sales. Okay. So remaining 25% will be 375, but it will be now entitled for the discount of how much? 10%. That means only 90% amount will be received. Okay, and similarly for the rest of the month we will do the same. Yes. Okay, and 40% will be collected in the following month and the remainder the month after that. That means 40%. 40% of this amount will be collected 1 month after the sales. 40%, 600, and 40% here, and remainder will be collected after 2 months. 2 months, that means remaining will be here 1500 minus 375 minus 375. सॉरी दिस विल नॉट एप्लीकेबल बिकॉज हम लोग डिस्काउंट भी तो दिए है ना. सो 25% यहाँ पे, 25% यहाँ पे, सो 50% एंड 40% यहाँ पे. सो 90% कलेक्ट हो गया, 10% स्टिल रिमेनिंग. सो 10% इसका यहाँ पे रिसीव हुआ, 10%. एंड सिमिलरली मंथ 2 का यहाँ पे रिसीव होगा. ओके, बट द क्वेश्चन आस्क्स यू टू how much cash did Galway Limited budget to receive in its third month of operation? So third month of operation में ये इतना सारा कैश रिसीव कर रहा है यहाँ से 25% और जो रिमेनिंग 25% और फिर 40% और रिमाइंडर. सो टोटल करने पे हाउ मच वी आर गेटिंग? 2200. Okay. So last question 305 and I think you should give a try from yourselves. अगर नहीं बना do let me know in the comment box. I will help you out and I hope आपको अच्छा लगा होगा. In case you have still any doubt in any question, you can ask me anywhere in any of the social media platform. So please feel free to asking any queries and thank you so much guys for watching the video. Have a good day.